Of Mainers who took the trip down here, this is just a small piece of what they came for.
This is what Maine voters look like.
Voices united, asking for change.
We're from Maine, and we're here to defeat Kavanaugh.
Demanding their voices be heard.
Susan Collins, we're your voters.
These Mainers made the 12-hour trip overnight to our nation's capital with one goal in mind: fight for what they believe in.
We believe survivors.
Even going to Senator Susan Collins' office to sit and talk with her staff about why they feel she should vote no on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
She is not hearing Maine women.
I'm scared. I'm scared for myself. I'm scared for everyone else.
Doesn't matter as long as she carries someone else's shame. I carried my shame long enough, and I'm done.
Susan Collins.
Taking it to the streets and joining hundreds of others with the same message. And though the fate of Kavanaugh ultimately remains in the Senate's hands, those from Maine and others aren't willing to let it happen without a fight.
The group of Mainers is expected to head back this evening on a bus around 7 o'clock. A very short trip here to the Capitol, but one they say was well worth it. In Washington, D.C., I'm Samantha York, News Center, Maine.
Sammy's going to be in Washington, D.C. as things unravel over the next few days, too. So you can keep up with her updates online and right here on air.
All right, I got to be honest here. Keith and I had to vote whether or not to let you back on the big show today.
Right.
And it was a split vote, and I won't tell you which one of us voted which way.
I'm pretty sure I know which.
I just wish you wasn't. I love having you next to me, so I'm just going to say I'll leave it there.
The guy who came over and said, "Are we letting this quitter come back?"
Such a quitter. Took the money and ran to 207. I get it. It's fine. I understand. Gotta get that new motorcycle, right? All right, let's take a look at the visible satellite. We got some pretty thick clouds out there, but a few breaks in the action. And cold front is approaching, as we thought might be the case. It doesn't have a lot of organization to it, so it's very diffuse in nature. The actual front is back here, just to the southeast of Quebec, but scattered showers out ahead of it. The shower activity has been light and been breaking up as it goes downhill along the coastline. But you can see a few of those showers moving their way towards the Freiburg area, and eventually probably will get into Augusta as a light sprinkle and down across York County as well. Not a big deal, but just something to watch through the next couple of hours tonight. Current temperatures vary. You could see where there was more sunshine, and the air mass responded at 71 in Portsmouth, 64 in Portland, 61 in Waterville, and 61 in Bangor. Did pretty well. Tomorrow will be cooler, but it will also be brighter. So here are the showers tonight. Again, very, very light stuff. By 10 or 11 o'clock, we'll have this front offshore. Temperatures drop pretty quickly after that happens, and we get down into the 30s and 40s. And then we basically through the day tomorrow have a hard time warming up. However, one of the better looking days we've seen really all week, right? From Monday through now, this will be the best day. A lot of sunshine from start to finish on Friday. We got more of that, guys, for the weekend. And Lee, your 80-degree day still intact, so we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
All right, the search continues for a missing North Yarmouth woman. Kristen Westra was last seen Sunday night by her husband. When he woke up Monday morning, she was gone. This is day 4 of the search for the 47-year-old woman. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Department and game wardens received what they are calling a credible tip overnight, a possible sighting.
Several canines have been working in the 1-mile radius around her home on the Lufton Road. Later on in our show tonight, Chris Costa will have more about how her friends in the community are getting through this extremely tough time. An update for you now on a story we first reported yesterday about a pop-up course that the University of Southern Maine was offering, but one that got pulled down almost immediately. The pop-up course in engaged citizenship involved a trip down to Washington, D.C. to protest the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. The class was organized by retired USM professor Dr. Susan Feiner, and for a short time there was a free credit being offered to anyone who went on the trip. On the sign-up form, there was also a place for students to check if they were willing to take part in civil disobedience, which may result in arrest. University President Glenn Cummings quickly denounced the course, said that there would not be any credit offered, nor would the class even be allowed to continue. Late last night, the Chancellor of the UMaine system, James Page, released a statement that read, "The use of institutional resources to advance a partisan agenda violates board policies established to ensure Maine's public universities remain nonpartisan and politically neutral. Inviting arrest for college credit goes much further violating the trust our students, their families, and Maine taxpayers have placed in our universities and could result in serious professional consequences. And as adults across the nation and the world debate the historical current events involving the confirmation process of Judge Kavanaugh, how are kids in high schools taking all of this in? At South Portland High School, Sarah Bailey is in her 11th year as a history teacher, while Rick Romano is in his 18th year. Both say the students that they deal with are pretty engaged with what's going on in the country currently, and that history-making moments in the present day are just as important as events from the past.
So I use current events to actually use it as part of this strategy of teaching, connecting what's happening today to historical events. So if you're talking about the Civil War, talking about conflicts in the world, the kids gaze over. But if you say, but what's happening today is connected to the Civil War, what's happening today is connected to our prior conflicts and impacting your life, then they actually sit up and lean in a little bit.
The thing about teaching current events is at times those events can be controversial, and the kids in class may have very different opinions and views as to what's taking place. Instead of trying to avoid potential conflict, embracing differences can be a valuable teaching tool.
Absolutely. I'll kind of play peacemaker, and at points, there will be times where I'll have to step in, but usually I let the conversations run, and if there's a student who feels threatened to some degree, we'll kind of regroup, we'll talk through and say, what's really underlying here? Let's look at the main facts that we have to deal with, let's look at the points at hand, and try to, come to agreement. Maybe we disagree on this completely, but in the whole scheme of things, what's really going on and how does this affect us?
Our teachers also talked about how important it was for them to keep an open dialogue with parents when it comes to potential controversial topics that get brought up in class. Very important to a lot of parents to be aware of what their kids are talking about in school.
Sure, and I was talking to those teachers today and happy to hear that the kids are actually engaged in these current events, and it's not just like whatever. I think in this world of social media, with the way everybody can be connected so quickly now, it's easier for kids to kind of play an active role in what's going on, and so it's good to see that they actually are doing so.
That is a good thing to see. Hey, let's take a moment to appreciate how beautiful Maine is. Some great scenery shots from around the state. Our first photo from Just Add Water Floating Camps. A great picture of a rainbow over Rangeley Lake.
Oh, that is beautiful. And Jeremy_Carter also with a nice post from Auburn that says, this is what working on a farm in Maine looks like at 6:30 in the morning. Thanks for using that hashtag, That's So Maine. We do check it every single day, so make sure if you find something around our state that you find worthy, take a picture, post it, use that hashtag, and we will possibly show it right here on News Center Now. Pretty cool.
Beautiful shots.
All right, coming up, Amanda's here, so we're talking about dogs. We'll take a look at the best dogs of Snap Maps. This is Amanda's greatest hits. Also ahead.
We want you to come home, your family and your friends, and everybody at work, the kids, they all want you back.
Chris Costa is going to have more about how people who know Kristen Westra are supporting each other while the search continues for her.
All right, face a book.
Hi, friends.
I love that Mary Lee wants to know if we coordinated our wardrobe today, and the answer is no. This just kind of happens a lot.
This did happen a lot.
This is just kind of like we'd both show up and go, hey, look, we just kind of matched today. So
we're just connected.
It's just how it works. Okay, people on the confirmation stuff. I will remind you, as the oldest member of the show, please be respectful of each other. I am happy to have all kinds of different opinions on our little Facebook feed, but let's not insult someone else for whatever they might feel, and that hopefully they won't insult you for what you feel. So speak your mind, but respect the process of other people's opinions. Please. Thank you.
Okay, it's taking me a minute to sign in here. Sorry, I'm new
to
this.
I thought I did that for you already. Sorry.
New to this.
Marcus in Brazil, what's going on? What is going on?
Yeah, friends, let's be kind. It's fun to be back.
Right?
Oh, wait a minute. I just saw
Did you do it wrong?
saw it and then I lost it. This thing is so touchy. I saw Isaiah Davis.
Yeah, I did. I'm looking at it right now. I would like it if you heckle Amanda even more about how she was a quitter. Well, that's, you know, not really how it went down, and I don't really like to heckle Amanda, but Keith does, so.
Is that true?
It's true in public.
That's fair. That's fair. Behind the scenes.
No, I am 100% loyal to my boo.
Where are we going?
The OG.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
We're over here.
I'm following you now.
Do you want? You probably don't need the block.
Do I need the Lindsay Mills?
Lindsay-esque. No, that would be bad. I'm gonna need it. Poor Lindsay.
Oh, I know how. Lindsay and I. There's a few inches between Lindsay and me. Closer. 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 Hey, thanks, buddy. It's nice to be back. If only for a day.
I know. Just for now.
Don't forget to watch 207 at 7, guys. Can I plug? Can I
Shameless.
shamelessly plug?
Shameless. Of course you can. We're on the same team. My goodness. All right, kids, forget the pumpkin spice, the pumpkin pie, the pumpkin lattes, whatever you guys are into. Some courageous souls in Germany are taking the iconic fall gourd to new heights, or depths, as the case might be. In Germany, people launched hollowed-out giant pumpkins for the 3rd annual pumpkin race. It's a wet and wobbly affair. Participants have to paddle across a 114-foot course to hit the finish line faster than their opponents.
This looks very familiar, doesn't it, Lee? The pumpkins are grown especially for the race. They need to weigh a minimum of 551 pounds, according to race organizers. The heavier the participant, the heavier the pumpkin needs to be. Competitors bringing their own pumpkin have to let other competitors race in it, but have pumpkin priority when it comes to their own race. The winners of the races can take away up to $230 in prize money. Did you ever do that?
No.
At the
No.
Damascus Pumpkin Festival?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. Okay. How much would you spend for a good bottle of booze?
Well, not as much as you're about to
Well,
say.
she's from Turner, so I think we can answer that. And Keith would probably say about what we're about to tell you.
Yeah.
One of the world's most sought-after whiskeys, a 60-year-old bottle of Macallan Valerio Adami, 1926, auctioned off for a record $1.2 million.
Yeah, that's out of my price range. According to the auctioneer Bonhams, the buyer was a private collector from Asia who bid by phone. The firm also sold one of 12 other bottles with a label by the Italian artist Adami in May this year for $1 million. Now, just 24 bottles of the whiskey, bottled in 1986, were produced by Macallan, among the best-known distillers of Scotland's flagship product.
It's not known how many of Adami's still exist. One is said to have been destroyed in an earthquake in Japan back in 2011. That's an expensive earthquake. And it's believed that at least one has been opened and somebody actually consumed it.
Ah, well, that's a lot.
Could not be that good.
All right, some people like gold jewelry, some like gold teeth. Now you have a chance to try gold chicken. The Popeyes chicken franchise is celebrating its 3,000th restaurant with a special offer. 4 locations are featuring boneless chicken wings battered with champagne and tossed in edible 24-karat gold flakes.
What? You might say that this is chicken fit for a king or a Goldberg. The specialty is available at just about 4 Popeyes restaurants. Sadly, none of those in Maine. Oh, the gold chicken is on sale as long as the supplies last.
They clearly know Mainers wouldn't go for that.
Yeah, no.
We can't be bought.
No.
Still ahead on now, a gathering place for people who knew Kristen Westra, the missing North Yarmouth woman.
And our buddy KC's coming back with the full weather forecast, and yeah.
No, probably not. That's a good question. Where does gold fall on the nutrition scale? Are we back here? I'm following you.
That's a great question, Jacob. If you took one shot of that $1.2 million scotch or whiskey, how much do you have to tip? if the bartender serves you one shot of that, so you'd have to measure out the shot. We could probably do the math and figure it out.
How many shots are in your average?
If I felt
bottle?
like it. Well, ounces in a bottle. If it's a what are you would know this one? Shots. How many ounces in a shot?
I don't know.
4, maybe.
No, not that many.
Less
4.
2 ounces in a shot.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, hold on.
1.5.
1.5?
1.5. Okay, so let's go with
How
2
many shots
for
in a
math.
bottle?
So how many ounces in a bottle?
Yeah, why don't we do some math?
That's a lot of
Aren't
math.
you a math teacher?
We need to know ounces in a shot, ounces
Right, she
in a
is the math
bottle.
teacher.
So then we need to know how many shots are in a bottle. Then we take the cost of the bottle and divide by that, and then you have your price.
I'm out on this.
Okay, so there's basically 12 shots in a bottle.
Wait a minute, you're kind of a math nerd too,
Then
aren't
take
you?
the $1.2
So that's
million dollars.
Right. All right, 17 shots in a bottle.
Divided by-
Okay.
So
Throw that
1.2 million
1.2.
divided by 17.
Times 0.2 for the tip.
So it's 1.2 million divided by 17.
Yeah, that's the cost per shot.
That's cost per shot. Hold
This
on.
is crazy.
Okay. So then, it's times, right? Times 0.02.
Yeah, did you do that already?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
No, she hasn't done that yet.
Here we are
'Cause we're
hanging
trying
out.
to figure out the tip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, so times 0.20.
15 grand or something.
So $14,000 is probably going to be your tip. on that- on that
14,000 is going to
shot.
be your tip?
Yeah.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. What's your side? Where's your side? You're here.
Is that
Right?
what you want? Well, not usually, but I'll do that if you want.
Wait, well, what?
Yeah, it's usually like this.
Okay.
But whatever, I don't care.
No, that's fine.
You're the one who set sides 18 months ago. I could care
I did, I
less,
chose
so
that
I
chair.
don't really care.
Why did I?
I don't remember. Whatever. I'm easy. It doesn't matter to me. What's going on, Big Fred?
Saying hi?
Robert, yeah. Robert is in Van Buren. Oh, stand by, kids.
During this difficult time for the family and friends of Christian Westra, the missing Yarmouth woman, a lot of people are coming together to sort of help each other out.
Yeah, Chris Costa joins us now live from that area. And Chris, we're learning more now about kind of the days leading up to the day she disappeared.
Spoke to us today saying that she found out that on Sunday, Westra had called out of work asking for 2 days off, but went missing early on Monday morning. But she said she never told her co-teacher, and that was not normal. She also said Westra has been dealing with some stress, renovations at the school and renovations at her home. But again, it was uncharacteristic for Westra to leave without communicating this to either her family or friends. Now, those family and friends are going to be gathering here at the Lower Falls Landing in Yarmouth near the Royal River Grill at a space they're calling the Find Kristen Gathering Place. Her two best friends, her co-teacher and her college roommate, are praying for Westra's safe return. Friends and family are preparing a gathering place for people who know Kristen Westra to support each other as they hope for search teams to find her.
Not knowing who you are is just, it's devastating. It's painful for everyone, and we just want you home.
Tammy Drew Hoydel is Westra's co-teacher at the small Chebeague Island School, where kids have been making signs for their missing teacher. They've taught together for 10 years, and she says Kristen always stays in touch about her plans, especially in the rare instance to take time off of work.
We all are just devastated, thinking that she wouldn't think to tell us or to tell her family, or that's the most concerning piece.
Tammy says Westra asked for 2 days off work. Despite stress from renovations at school and her home, she says Westra was always capable of coping with it.
Very even-keeled, and so never did I see, any red flag.
Tammy says Westra's relationship with her husband is also strong.
Happy, rock solid. I've known them since they were married.
Now these people are hoping the light in their world will return safe and sound.
We want you to come home. We need you to come home, and we're here for you, and we love you.
Now, they haven't really set any specific hours for when people should be coming and going to this gathering place, but they say during the relatively normal waking hours before and after work are also acceptable, but not really into the overnight hours. They are also encouraging a lot of the young kids to come here because they have materials here for them to write cards and messages to their missing teacher. And again, a reminder, this Chebeague Island school is very small, a very tight-knit community, only about 25 kids in the entire school. Tammy, the teacher you heard from, teaches K through 2. Westra teaches grades 3 through 5. So again, Lee and Amanda, everybody holding out hope for her safe return.
All right, Chris Costa live tonight. Thank you very much for that. So earlier in the week, sir, you told us if we hung in there, there'd be a payoff, and it seems like we're getting closer to that being true.
Yeah, I was actually thinking today would be, so on Monday, I thought we'd see more sun today than we ended up seeing, but tomorrow's a lock, Saturday's a lock, weekend overall looks good, so it'll work out. And then we still got your warmth next week.
Borderline Keith admitting he was wrong. Are we recording
No.
this?
I was going to say he kind of rushed over it a little quickly.
Sick, a little streppy at that point still.
It was the meds talk.
That's what it was.
He's been talking about strep like
the
for
antibiotics
2 weeks.
And I couldn't be. I only had it for like a week. Look, Todd made me feel really bad about it, okay? So that's what happened. All right, we got a couple of showers out there right now. Clouds did thicken pretty quickly earlier this afternoon. Now the showers are scattered across the state, so as coverage percentage, not a ton of them around, and relatively light stuff now that's swinging basically from west to east towards 95 in the next hour or so, and some down across York County as well. Again, I describe most of these as sprinkles, and temperatures not really responding too much to areas that have seen showers, staying in the upper 60s in Sanford, 67 in Freiburg, and much cooler in Caribou at 58 and 58 in Holton as well. Temperatures tonight will fall off into the 30s across northern Maine as we set up for what will be a cool day tomorrow, but crucially, a bright one. So here's the rest of your showers through this early evening, and by 10 or 11 the front is now moving offshore. After that it's clear through the rest of the night. We radiate that heat pretty quickly, so we get down to the 30s and then 40s even along the coastline. And tomorrow is bright from start to finish. However, you'll notice it's hard for us to warm up that much. So we spend most of the day in the 50s and only max out around 56, 57 degrees in most spots. Then Saturday is another nice sunny day, starting in the 30s, but ending up around 60 degrees. And then Sunday continues to be a cloudier but warmer day. So a lot of us will get into the 70s on Sunday, but there will be a couple of scattered showers and more clouds around. So kind of pick your poison, your preference, if you will, this weekend. Good news is all the rain we've seen this week has helped. Drought monitor looking good. We've almost gotten rid of the moderate drought and just a few spots left of abnormally dry conditions, so going in the right direction. All right, looking into next week, Tuesday, Wednesday still have the potential to be quite warm. Early shot at those temperatures has us right around 80 degrees in a lot of spots. You may notice Caribou notably cooler than the rest of us, so we'll watch northern Maine. But I think 79 to 83 is a good bet next Wednesday, and then Thursday's probably mild too before an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. So that stretch from Wednesday to Thursday could feel pretty summery between being around 80 and ending with some thunderstorms on a Thursday afternoon. So
I feel like we're closing in on that beach picture as the background for the 7-day.
Right.
Switching.
Yeah.
To what, like snow?
It's gonna. Let's do something more.
We didn't.
Less beachy.
What's the next level?
Like
yeah.
I don't think we have any more pictures. Do we have any more pictures?
Do we run beach stuff in the winter too?
I think we run this in the winter.
Really?
We try to keep people positive.
Wow.
Oh.
Take some more pics.
All right.
Look at that. Well, we do have some amazing pictures coming up.
This will make all three of us very happy.
Uh-huh.
Puppies. We love puppies.
Yeah.
So,
Can we bring this up? Where are the photos?
Snap.
Come on.
She's very
Show
excited.
me the dogs.
Oh!
Snap Maps gives us dogs today. Pumpkin-eating dogs. This one out of South Portland.
What a
eating the stem of the pumpkin. Look at that
This
cute
looks like a little pug,
face.
huh?
I know, right?
Okay, what else we got? Oh my goodness. I love my dog Lily.
Aww.
Lily is
Lily's
really
snuggled up.
Yeah. She's
Like,
feeling that cool weather clearly.
Right? And oh yeah.
This is the zoomies. I like to call that the zoomies when they
That
go
is so funny.
nuts
And the
like
leaves,
that.
and they're all running. Oh yeah.
Ah,
That's good stuff. We
this
love
is-
the Snap Map stuff.
This is the best segment ever.
Yeah. I knew you'd like that.
I
See,
thank you for bringing that back for me. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly just for
Yeah.
you, but you're welcome. We can say it is, just to make you feel better. All right, news center at Maine at 5:30 is coming up in just a little bit. We're going to hear from Kellyanne Conway. In an interview today, we were able to talk with her about some of the things surrounding the Brett Kavanaugh nomination. You'll hear what she had to say.
And Maine's fishing industry is getting special attention tonight from the candidates for governor. We'll explain all of that at 5:30. Raindrops coming up on Now. All right. Is it already raindrops time?
See how fast this show goes?
Yeah.
Robert loves your outfit.
Oh, thanks. Speaking of Snapchats, Keith sent me the cutest Snapchat ever. As much as I love dog Snapchats, he sent a snap of Luca last night. What were you doing? It was so cute. I was
kissing his chest and he like grabs my face and laughs.
He just like, he latches onto Keith's beard with his little hands, and
Babies love that. You can rub the if you rub the flat side of their face against stubble or something, they crack up like it's the funniest thing in the world.
How's your little guy?
It's a go-to move. He's a monster.
He's big. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is a big boy.
You might finally have a football player on your crew.
Neither you or Karen are like big.
No, my dad's big. Her dad's big. He's big.
Because all of
Gannon's going to be big too, though. Gannon is pretty big, yeah.
Because all of your kids have been.
No, they're about average.
Small. Yeah.
So Gannon and Finn will be over. Yeah, big boys.
Stephanie, thank you. Got a couple of like your outfit.
Yeah.
Keith, how many of those do you get?
How many like your outfit comments showed for you?
Not many.
My mom really appreciated your segment on and she was like, I can't believe people comment on the outfits you guys wear, and I was like, oh,
of course,
happens all the time.
I don't. Some people didn't get it. They're like, okay.
They didn't get the mean tweet thing.
Is that sufficient, or do we need to stretch?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
They were like, sorry that upsets you, and I'm like, no, it doesn't upset me.
Just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta take it and have fun.
We're not doing self-driving cars, are we?
No, not today. It's gonna happen though, so just move on. Just be at peace with it.
I actually thought of you the other day.
You're gonna be in pieces with it.
it's fine.
On 295, I was like, I really wish that self-driving cars were a thing right now, because it's just that whole like stop go.
Yeah, monkey driving.
Yeah.
That wouldn't exist if you had automated cars.
Still makes me nervous.
We drove an Infinity the other day. Pretty much drives itself anyways. They're not far away, some of these cars, you know? Okay, we're not doing self-driving cars, Lee. Relax.
I was ready.
So there's a new proposal. I forget the entire name. National Highway Safety Transportation
Administration?
Traffic Safety Administration. Okay.
Nice.
Anyways, they're proposing a freeze in emission standards from 2020 to 2026. So the basic thing we've been doing over the past 15 years or so has been trying to make cars more fuel efficient, and that's been mandated. Well, they're trying to freeze that and stop doing that. What's interesting is this 500-page document. Let's go to the next page here. Not the next page, but the page that's interesting. Scroll down a little bit here. So within this, they talk about environmental impacts, and they talk about climate change and how we're likely to be 7 degrees warmer in 2100. And their basic reasoning is it doesn't matter. We shouldn't even try to fix this problem. So let's just relax the fuel efficiency, because what are we going to do anyways? Which I thought was like kind of a terrible argument, but it's an interesting way to say, hey, maybe we can relax things because we don't think we can fix it anyways. So we'll see what happens with this. The idea here is to make cars cheaper, because they argue a lot of the money goes into that, into fuel efficiencies. And of course, some states like California are already suing, saying, we're not doing this anyways. We're going to be fuel efficient still. But I thought it was interesting because I thought they would ignore the whole climate change conversation in the page. Instead, they're like, yep, it's going to be really bad. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. So
throwing in the towel, we'll save a few bucks.
Yeah.
Great. That does look like a great plan. All right. News Center Maine at 5:30 starts right now.
You know, man, it had been
a month since I've done a climate change one.
Bye, Facebook.
Bye, Facebook. I know. I was like,
to
wow,
Amanda.
this is happening.
One-stop shopping. We'll try to get her back another time.